So the GED has announced that they have created a way to take the GED test online at your home. And I went through the information that they released, and I'm going to break down what that means, who's eligible, and how it will work. What is the takeaway? What is the headline? Well, the headline is that it's here. It's finally here. They've been talking about it for a while. And with the coronavirus shutdown, it sort of accelerated. But you're probably not going to be eligible to take it yet. So here's what they released. I'll have a link in the description to this page on the GED website. You can go deeper. There's a link here where you can watch a 45-minute webinar and read their PowerPoint slides. But to me, the most important part is this line here. Students that meet a certain criteria will be able to participate in remote testing in select states. So there's a lot of qualifications and clauses sort of built into that sentence. So let's break down what that means. Well, first of all, this is a pilot program. And a pilot program is like a test of a program that they want to roll out wider later. So this is just like to make sure everything works. At this stage anyway. Hopefully it will work and they'll roll it out to everyone else when it's done. They say that the pilot program is going to start now, like when this video is being recorded, and will wrap up by the end of July 2020. The test is the same. So when you take the test at home, it will be the same kind of test with the same kind of questions, the same length, et cetera, et cetera. There's a little asterisk, a little star there because there are some minor differences that I'll get to at the end of this video, but for the most part, in the most important ways, it's the same test. It will cost the same, at least upfront during this pilot, and it's invite only. So you can't just go to GED.com and sign up to take a test at your house, at least not now. Of course, you're probably wondering, how do you get an invitation? Well, there are 4 categories of people that they're planning to send invitations out to. If you meet any of these criteria, if you're in any of these categories, you should receive an invitation. The first one is that you had an appointment to take a test and it was canceled by the COVID-19 stuff, or canceled for any other reason. You've passed 3 of the 4 subject tests. You only have 1 test to go. You should get an invitation. If you got a 145 or better, that's considered in the green range on the ready test. In the last 60 days, you'll get an invitation. Or if your state says it's important for you to get your GED. So this last category is a small group of people who, let's say you need health insurance from the state and you need a GED to get it. There's a GED requirement, or you're joining the military, something that the government of your state has an interest in making sure that you have the GED. You would probably know about that if that applied to you. But this is the smallest category, I imagine. All right, other rules, at least for this pilot. Well, you have to be over 18. They did this so they could sort of rush this pilot to market instead of having to make sure that people's parents signed off on stuff. They just cut off everyone 16 and 17. They do hope eventually that everyone will be able to access the online testing. But for now, it's 18 and over. You need to have scored a 145 on the ready test that you're going to be taking the test for in the green zone. For now, it's only in the United States. Sorry, everyone else. And it's only in English. You can't take it in Spanish. Again, the hope is they are actively working on making a Spanish version and figuring out ways for everyone to take this test. But for now, this is limiting factors. There are only selected states that will permit you to do this, and it will roll out in different states will be given the okay at different times. If you live in any of these 5 states, congratulations, you get to go first, and they want your feedback. So you would take a test, and then they would give you like a survey and like, how did it go? Kind of. That's the trade-off for getting to go first. Then states with soft residency requirements. That means when you go to a testing center right now, there are some states where you have to prove you are a resident of that state. I don't know for sure because they don't publish this information, but my sense is that this is a minority of states that require you to prove that you live there. Most states, you can just go and show an ID, and that should be enough. And those states will be like in the second group who get to do it, if you just have to show an ID and not residency requirements. Finally, everyone else. So the states where you do have to prove residency, they're building a system to allow for you to take this test online, but it's not ready yet. So that's the final group. Finally, you'll need obviously a computer, and you'll need a working webcam and a mic and a stable internet connection, and you'll need to have a quiet room. So if you have kids everywhere, you might not be able to take this test. You need the webcam and the mic to work because someone will be watching you take this test through the webcam and listening to you through the microphone. All right, what will be different about the online test? Not too much, not really important things, but you won't be able to use a physical calculator. You won't be able to use your own scratch paper or dry erase board like you would at a testing center. You can't take any unscheduled breaks. All these things are to prevent you from cheating, really, to give you no opportunities to cheat. The other difference is that you only get one online attempt. So if you take this online and you get a 142, you can't take it online again. You can take it again, but you'll have to go into a testing center to do it. That's it. That's all we know at this point. I hope you qualify soon, or even sooner, or now. The big takeaway for me, the big headline, is that online GED testing is coming or is here already. And that's pretty awesome. They're going to try to keep it around after the pilot is done. They have reason to do that. If you live someplace where there isn't a testing center near you, you should still be able to get your GED, and they want to make that happen. They've been very eager to get this out, I know, because all these testing centers have shut down, and that is their revenue stream. They're not making any money while people aren't testing. So it's a great day soon.